Hey, you guys, welcome to Well Fed Health. My name is Ashley. I am a nutrition coach. And in this video, I want to talk about a topic that is so commonly researched and so many people just desperate to kind of know and understand this. And this is how to lose weight fast. And I have fast in quotation marks here because one of the biggest things that I want to talk about in this video is how to actually lose weight the fastest way and some of the struggles and common problems that exist with fast hack diet plans. And so we're going to dive in. I am a nutrition coach at my core. I had this idea this year to spend more time on YouTube, just really talking about some of the things that I know a lot of people struggle with. I get the opportunity to work with a lot of amazing clients in my career as a nutrition coach. And so I'm pretty familiar with a lot of the common struggles and help that people are looking for. So let's dive into this. I want to do two things in this video. One, I want to really kind of talk about some of the problems and risks with some of these fast hack diet plans, and then get into the really fun part of talking about like, what is the fastest way to lose weight? And so we're going to cover both of those today. Thank you for being here. And it would help if I knew how to advance my slide. Next. All right, here's the problem. Here's the real problem with fast hack diet plans. They don't work, okay? And they may work for a short amount of time, but the problem is they don't work long term, all right? A lot of these fast hack diet plans will deliver results, right? And so you may people say like, "Oh yeah, that insert whatever diet, 75 hard, keto, Mediterranean, whatever that is for them." I take back Mediterranean. That's actually like a solid plan in there. But some of these like fast hack plans, people will lose weight quickly. All right. But if you circle back to them 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, have they maintained that successful weight loss? And the answer is unfortunately, and I wish this wasn't the case, but most of the time, no. Actually, this is kind of a staggering statistic. Less than 3% of people maintain weight loss that comes off rapidly, less than 3%. And because what happens is when people get into these fast hack diet plans where people are losing 20 pounds in 2 weeks or even 10 pounds in 2 weeks, is that the habits that it takes to do that and the calorie restriction that it takes to achieve those types of results simply isn't sustainable long term. Okay. And so what happens is when people stop doing those things, they gain the weight back. And unfortunately, they typically gain back even more than what they lost, which is a really frustrating cycle to be in. Which brings me to my next problem, the second problem with these fast hack diet plans, and that is that they truly can take a toll on your mental game. All right. And you've probably been in this space before. If you're here and you're listening to this and you're interested in this topic, is what happens is we get into these fast hack diet plans. Maybe they work. Okay. Maybe we lose a little bit of weight initially, or maybe we don't at all because we're 4 days in and we just can't keep up with the plan. All right. And so what happens? The wheels fall off. We fail. And then we start telling ourselves this story that the problem was us, when in reality, the problem was the plan that we had. And then we start like that inner dialogue, that shit talking voice. Okay. I just can't lose weight. I always fail. I can never stick to a plan. Why do I always mess these things up? And I have no willpower. Have you ever said any of these to yourself, or perhaps a variety of one of these? My guess is yes, most of us will nod our head that yes, we have. Once we've started telling ourselves this narrative, we start to develop an identity around this. Then we start any sort of new program or plan or attempts at weight loss already outnumbered because we have this inner dialogue that really isn't serving much as a coach and is really holding us back. Okay. So these plans are unsustainable and also they really mess with our mental game, both of which are going to set us up for failure. Okay. So that's kind of like get this part out of the way. I will touch on that just a bit more. Is social media will often lead us to believe that these fast hack diet plans are the way weight loss actually works. And so when you happen to get your hands on or you get into a plan that is sustainable, you may not be losing weight as rapidly, and then you think that you're doing something wrong. And in reality, you might be doing the most beautiful thing that's going to lead you to long-term results. So I caution you in comparing what you're doing to some of these plans because, again, most of the time, people gain this weight back if it's lost at a rapid rate. Okay. But let's get into the fun part. Okay. Let's talk about what the actual, like, fastest way to lose weight is. And this is really going to be the way that is sustainable. All right. If your diet plan has like an end date, the chances are that like your progress is also going to have an end date in your results. We want you doing something that you feel like you can do for a very long time, forever. Maybe that's what we want. We don't want it to be something that you're like just going to do for a short period of time. Because again, remember, when we do things that way, when we stop doing them, typically we gain the weight back. So, how can we develop a plan that we can continue long term? That is a goal. Is this something sustainable? Because let me tell you, sustainable changes are lifestyle changes. And that's what we're looking for, right? That's the golden ticket. So step number one is going to be, I keep hitting my arrow on my computer. Step number one is going to be starting small and then keep building. Okay. I am a nutrition coach, so like I've got some experience with this. Trust me. What a lot of people tend to do is they just bite off too much all at once. All right. It's like, okay, I'm going to get into this. I'm starting a new plan. And we try to change like 20 habits overnight. And we just don't work this way, especially in this time right now in our culture where all of us have typically quite a bit on our plate. We don't do well making changes like this, all right? So what I would suggest instead is pick like one, one, okay, maybe two, depending on where you're at with things, habits to change, okay, that first week. So maybe it's I'm going to start drinking more water. Give yourself a number, like a target. Maybe it's that I'm going to exercise twice this week. That might be it, twice. All right. Don't be like, I'm going to the gym 7 days this week. Again, we want to bite off small chunks that feel manageable. All right. Maybe it's that you're going to put some actual food into your body in the morning time instead of skipping breakfast. All right. So when you're thinking about what to start with, think of things that you know that you can accomplish with like 85% or better certainty. All right. That's what we're looking for. Not necessarily easy, but manageable. All right. And you're going to stick with those. And when those feel easy, then you're going to add a little bit more. And then you're going to add a little bit more. And it may feel insignificant in the beginning, but what's going to happen is 3 months is going to go by and you're going to be like, holy shit, look at all of the changes I made. Okay. So it feels like the slow way. It's actually the fastest way. Right. This is actually the core, like the premise of my 9-week habit transformation program called the Well Fed Way is we start small. Like we literally start with spending 5 minutes writing about what's most important for us in the day and in the workbook that comes with it and drinking water. That's it. That's what we do week one versus doing all of these things all at once. So start small, small reps and keep building. All right. Let's talk about step number two. Learn about your body. All right. What most people do when they start a plan is they just shoot in the dark. I'm going to eat as little as possible. I'm going to exercise as much as I can and just hope that it works out. But unfortunately, what winds up is we end up eating an amount of food that's not appropriate for our body. And then we crash and burn. Learn about your body. There are some great macro calculators out there. I have one on my website if you want to use it. They're free. Learn about your body. How many calories do I actually need? How much protein do I need? Get curious about it, right? Because your body is not the same as the woman down the street that's doing whatever diet she's doing. You have your own unique body, your own life, your own responsibilities, your own stress levels. All of that's going to impact the right plan for you. If you really want to like nerd out on this, hire a coach, hire a nutrition coach, or do a self-guided program, do something to really like lean into this because you'll be surprised what that education does for you and how much easier it makes it to reach your goals, right? Learn about your body. It's important. You deserve to know, okay? The next thing is to get some support, all right? There are some people out there that do incredibly well with this type of thing on their own. There are some. Most people tend to do better when we're a part of at least a small community, okay? So maybe it's someone in your house, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's someone at work, maybe it's someone at your gym that you can enlist the support of, right? If you can do this with someone, you're going to find that it's massively easier. We are social creatures by nature, okay? So do this with someone. And if you don't have anyone in your immediate circle, find someone. There are groups out there. One of the lowest price coaching programs that I have in WellFed Health is a $29 a month subscription, and it's community, it's resources, it's monthly challenges. When you can surround, and there are other programs out there. I'm certainly not the only one that has that. When you can surround yourself with people who have shared goals as you, whew, there's power in that. Okay, so learn about your body. Okay, figure out what it is that your body is actually asking for, and approach your goals from a place of like, how can I nourish my body so well that it develops the results that I'm looking for, versus being more in this space of trying to restrict, restrict, restrict. Get a community. These things are going to go so far for you. Um, I have a lot of free resources. Okay, get on my website. I've linked in the description, whatever you call it, the show notes, the description here on YouTube, um, a link to my website. I've got free meal prep guides. I've got free macro calculators, recipes, all of these things that are in there that can help get you started and get you going. And if you get into this and you feel like you could just use a little extra support, coaching or one of my coaching, self-guided coaching programs may be just the thing that you need. If you have questions, anything, put them in the comments. Like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing more educational videos like this. I love to teach. I consider myself a coach, but at my core, I feel like I'm a food educator. So stop by more often. I look forward to hanging out with you, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.